Laughing like we're crazy, nothing mattered, nothing fazed me. We were younger then, so much younger then. And everything seems rotten through the eyes of the forgotten. And we were dumber then, so much dumber then. Well, have I judged a book by how it's bound? Am I lost or am I found? And are you with me? Are you with me now? Come back from the dead. You've been inside your head for too long. Are you with me now? Find the places that scare you. Come on, I dare you. Are you with me? Are you with me? The years that took their toll and all the things I can't control come back to haunt me now.
10 drivers have transferred into the NRT 499. Tonight, 10 more drivers will punch their ticket into the big dance. So grab your favorite beverage, something to snack on, strap yourself in. We have live flag-to-flag coverage from the Auto Club Speedway in California coming your way next on the DRL Network.
NRT Game Servers is your best option for your gaming development need. State-of-the-art technology combined with some of the best voice talent and software out there, NRT gives a quality gaming experience. Dedicated to their craft, NRT provides quality product and services. Contact NRT Game Servers today at 828-212-4040 or at www.nrtservers.com today for a quality gaming experience.
And we welcome you to DRL Network's live coverage of the NRT Game Servers 499 qualifying races number 3 and number 4 coming to you live tonight here for DRTV on the DRL Network from the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. It's a beautiful night here. We have 2 jam-packed servers once again this evening. 88 laps distance in both races. Todd Stanton, it's going to be a fantastic night. Cannot wait to get this thing under the green flag.
Yeah, looking up and down the fields from both qualifier number 3 and qualifier number 4, I'm telling you, stacked fields once again, like we did last night. Stacked field in 1 and 2, stacked field 3 and 4 tonight, and tomorrow some more stacked races. The best online sim racers here in the NASCAR 2003 community attempt to qualify for the NRT 499. 10 more drivers punch their ticket to the big dance, Phil. So I'm just waiting and reeling to see what happens here this evening.
Couldn't agree with you more. 10 drivers punched their ticket at Atlanta last night. 10 more drivers will punch their ticket to Saturday night's big NRT Game Servers 499 from the Texas Motor Speedway. But we still have 2 races here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. 2 more qualifying races. We'll punch 10 more tickets tomorrow night at the Richmond International Raceway. And then 2 last chance qualifiers. 1 each on Thursday and Friday evenings from the Talladega Super Speedway. Then the big one, the biggest event of the year for this community, the Texas Motor Speedway playing host to the NRT Game Servers 499 this coming Saturday night. 4 nights from now. Cannot wait to get there, Mr. TV Time, Rich Fan. It's been an awesome night here so far. Great racing last night, and the practice is showing here at Auto Club tonight. We're going to see 2 fantastic races this evening.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Once again, 2 races going on, like you mentioned, and we've got one of them live. We're going to be doing live stats on server number 2 tonight, and it's getting down to the wire. This is the second night of 3 to get into the LCQs or make the final. A lot of these guys may be going home. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We got a lot of big names in this race as well, so big names throughout the entire week. I'm excited. We're looking at Auto Club tonight. It's a 2-mile D-shaped oval. They're going to be running 88 laps, realistic damage, 2X tire wear. Pit roads or pit fuel window looks like it's going to be about 24 to 27 laps, somewhere in that range. And pit road speed, of course, is going to be 55 mile an hour. So going to be interesting to see how this plays out on 88 laps around this thing. I'm excited, guys.
Well, I'm very excited as well. It's going to be an awesome night here for DRTV on the DRL Network. Check out the home base of DRTV, drlnetwork.com. Check out all the great event packages we have going on here. It is such a great week we have here, this NRT Game Servers Week. So thankful for Dave Stanley and all he does at NRT. Check them out, nrtgameservers.com. Great customer support. Dave does just a phenomenal job here, giving us all the tech support we need and putting on this humongous race here this week. Such a great event. We've had 163 drivers register for this thing. Said we're going to put 36 into the starting lineup here on Saturday night. And Rich Patton, we're so thankful. We have so many great sponsors out there that are responsible for getting us out here this week, and so much great support. So thankful for the community.
Yeah, hats off to everybody involved in this event. It takes a lot of people to put something like this together. And once again, this is all about the community. It's not associated to any particular league. So the name of the game is the NRT Game Servers 499, powered by DRL Network. That's where everybody's trying to get to. And that's what these guys are going to be aiming for tonight, to try to get into that big main event. Big sponsor for this, kind of seems odd and strange, but Image Space Incorporated, they're the makers of R-Factor 2. They are putting up some big prizes for this major event, which we'll get to at some point through this week. Everything is posted on our website, but Image Space Incorporated, one of our major sponsors for this event, along with NRT Game Servers as well. DRL Network, you can find us at http://drlnetwork.com. Go over there and check it out. Anything you're looking for, we are the home of DRTV. If you're looking to get your races broadcasted, go over there, check it out, see what we've got going on. We do a little bit more than just racing stuff, so good way to find out what we're up to over there. Also, this is the name of the game as well, NRT Game Servers. And as Phil mentioned earlier, we couldn't do any of this without Dave Stanley over there at NRT Game Servers. So big hats off. This race is basically all about NRT Game Servers, solely sponsored through NRT. And if you're looking for game servers or web servers, whatever you're looking for, Dave will take care of you over there. Without a doubt, the best customer service in the market. And I think most of the leagues running with them are very happy that they're there and don't want to go anywhere else. So big hats off to Dave Stanley out there. I know he's watching in YouTube land tonight, and also in the party room here on TeamSpeak. So Dave, this is all for you, buddy. Also, DRTV, Sim Racing Television. This would not be coming across YouTube live tonight if it was not for DRTV. We try to put the best out in broadcasting. If you're looking for the best in online racing broadcasting, we can do it for you. If you're interested in getting more information for DRTV, go check us out at drlnetwork.com. You can even get a hold of us on Facebook and whatnot as well. Guys, I think we're ready to roll.
Yeah, I think we're just about there, Mr. TV time. I think 4 minutes from now, we're going to see these teams onto the grid to take the green flag. You know, said Todd Stanton, star-studded fields we're seeing here. This primary race here, we're in qualifying race number 3, but also a star-studded field over in server number 2 for qualifying race number 4. I mean, just heavy hitters throughout these two fields. Todd at the Auto Club Speedway. The track looks very, very fast watching these guys practicing throughout both sessions. And a real wide racetrack is in North California. It's going to make for some great racing around this 2 miles tonight.
It definitely will really ride track around the Auto Club Speedway. I'm telling you what, Phil, it's going to make for some fantastic racing here around California. And these guys, the setup, tires, you're going to have to be aware. Tires may be a factor here at the California Speedway. A lot of these tracks that we have come down to fuel mileage, Phil. California fuel mileage races, you see that in the NASCAR. Real racing is that the fuel mileage plays a key factor. These guys watching fuel mileage. Race 1 on great fuel strategy last night at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Maybe we'll have another field strategist in the field here this evening.
Well, so many great things to keep an eye on here. We're about 2.5 minutes away. You're seeing qualifying times going up on the screen. Maverick Morrow taking on the pole in server number 1, a 40.723. Isaac Ann right outside the front row there at 40.829. Terry Bauman, great qualifying run for the 669. Terry Bauman from RTG, a 40.871. He's going to clock off from 3rd spot tonight. Matt Watkins, the 15, a great qualifying speed there. 40.947 and a 40.948 for Josh Vitalik to round out the top 5. So a star-studded field here. Heavy hitters in this top 5. Heavy hitters so just throughout this field. You know, you see the likes in the top 5. Bill Martino, Shane Vickers, Mike Morrison, you know, Jesse Klein. So many great drivers up and down this list in server 1 here tonight. And Todd Stanton, a loaded server 2. Do you have qualifying times from server 2 for us?
Yeah, server number 2, your pole setter is the 36 of Taylor Morgans. Andre Farini is in 2nd. Joe Allen 3rd. Dave Robbins 4th. 5th is Sanchez. 6th is Chevier. 7th is Riley. Jason Skoraki, J-Rock in the NASCAR 2003 Community, 8th. 9th, Rusty Little, 10th, Chris Robbins, Brian Ordo, Kelly Horner, Lance Muskegard, Toby Robertson, James Collins, Brian Bell, Travis Jones, Adam Helm, and Chuck McClure, TJ Hagler, and Donnie Garrett, Jesse Case also in this field. Those guys took qualifying times over here in server number 2.
So just a loaded field through 2 servers tonight. A lot of action here left to come here at the California Speedway. The Auto Club Speedway, as it's better well known now, 88 laps of distance, a long way around this thing. Then we're going to take the top 5 out of each of these 2 servers. The top 17, 6 through 17, they'll transfer on to Talladega. If they don't get that top 5 tonight, they'll have one more last chance here on either Thursday or Friday at the Talladega Super Speedway. But we'll turn our attention here to Auto Club Speedway, just about 60 seconds away from putting this under the green flag. So we're going to pause here for a quick break, just a quick reset before we get on the starting grid, and a quick word from our friends at ISI.
Drivers, to your cars.
And we welcome you back to the Auto Club Speedway here. NRT Game Servers 499 qualifying races number 3 and number 4. We'll have flag-to-flag coverage here in race 3 and also abbreviated coverage of race 4. We'll bounce it out of the servers. But Todd Stanton, let's turn our attention to race 3 here, and let's jump straight into the starting lineup.
And now your starting lineup here live from the Auto Club Speedway in California for NRT Game Servers Qualifier number 3. Starting on the pole, driving the number 57, that is Maverick Morrow. Outside of him in the number 34, that's Isaac Gann.
Rolling off from row number 2 tonight, first will be the number 669. That'll be Terry Bauman on the outside of row number 2. And the number 15, that'll be Matt Watkins.
Inside row number 3, starting in that 5th starting position, call goes down for the gentlemen to start their engines. The number 39 of Josh Metallic, he is starting 5th, and his dancing partner to the outside, the number 18 of Bill Martino.
Rolling off from 7th tonight will be the driver of truck number 29. That'll be Steve Gallagher. And on the outside, in the number 65, we welcome the DRL Network, Jeff Marble.
Next row back, starting in the 9th starting position, is the number 38, that's Shane Vickers, and outside of him is the 051, that's Mike Morrison.
Truck number 666 are all off tonight from the 11th position. That's Emmanuel Guzman on the outside. In the number 8, that's Joe Archer.
Great to see the number 75 of Jesse Klein back with us, battling some issues in and out of the hospital. Jesse Klein, Insomniac Motorsports driver, starting in that 13th starting position, and 14th, the 059 of Rich Wharton.
Rolling off 15th tonight in the 033, that'll be Tony Fox. And on the outside will be Chris Von Vliet in the 010.
Starting in the 17th starting position, the number 54, they call him the nicest guy around. That's Robbie Nices and his dancing partner. To the outside, the 111, that's David Crabtree.
Rolling off next in the 038, the Napa machine, that'll be J.T. Mayhew. On the outside in the 104, that'll be Jeff Case.
Next row back, the final row here for the California race. Driving the number 93, that's Rick Johnson. And outside of him, the 428, that's Mark Pagula.
That is your full starting lineup there. I'm counting 24 trucks on the speedway to take the green flag in qualifying race number 3. About to get off onto the grid here. The DRTV pace van about to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. It sure does. The NRT Game Servers pace van, beautifully prepared by J-Rock tonight. He's out on the racetrack in server number 2. Hats off to him. Green flag in the air for the first time tonight. The loud pedal is down in the field. The march is off for the first time on East High Bank 2-mile oval. The field is down into turn 1, being led by Maverick Morrow in the number 57.
Maverick Morrow down to the bottom side in that number 57 machine. Looks like Terry Bauman in the 669 was trying to challenge early. The number 34 of Isaac Gann, not able to pull off that pass. He's going to fall back into line in that 3rd position. Going to lose 4th position, I believe, also on the speedway too. Looking at the chart here, it looks like, I'm not sure, Phil, can you catch up with that one?
That's Maverick Morrow at the front of the field. Isaac Gann right there behind him in that 34. The race for that 3rd spot is between Matt Watkins in the number 15. Looks like he's taking that spot from a Terry Bauman machine. Is trying to cycle out here through lap number 1. Terry Bauman's dropped back now to the 4th spot, starting the inside of number 2. Josh Metallic, he scored 5th place last time by. Still single file for the race lead, Todd, but Isaac Gann all over the back of Maverick Morrow down the back straightaway.
Yeah, pair of blazing pedals, guys, is the number 57 of Maverick Morrow and the 34 of Isaac Gann. These guys no strangers to one another. These guys working pretty good up here towards the front. I don't think you're going to see these guys pull out of line and pass each other quite yet, staying single file. Matt Watkins right there running in that 3rd position in the number 15. Terry Bauman running in 4th. 5th right now is the number 39 of Josh Metallic. Those are a pair of RTG, Rolling Thunder Gaming guys, in this server here this evening. So a lot of different leagues involved here all throughout the community, and it's interesting to see what the game plans are going to be for some of these guys. Are they going to hook up, Phil? How much is the drafting playing a key role here at California?
Well, I think the draft is going to play a key role, but I think over the long run here, as you get 10 laps or so into these tires, I believe that's just going to melt the tires away, and you're going to see these things start to fall off. Maybe the draft won't play so much as a key. Because it looks like we may have an engine expiring out on the racetrack. Saw a puff of black smoke, not sure who that might have been. It could have been, I don't want to speculate, but it looked like it might have been the Rich Warden machine in the 059. Tough break for Rich out of the gate here, just in the interim. Just 4 laps into the books here. Still all clean and green at the front of the field. It's Maverick Morrow, Isaac Gann, Matt Watkins. That is your top 3 there. Terry Bauman, Josh Metallic. That's your current top 5. They're all still in tow with the race lead. But Todd, these top 10 guys or so, they have just all pulled away from the field by well over 2 seconds.
Call coming down that Rich Wharton may have made contact in that number 059 machine. Not sure. He's falling down into his pit stall, so the crew's going to take a look at that 059 machine of Rich Wharton. Not sure. It looks like he overshoots his pit stall, so crew taking a look. Heavy damage to that 059.
Yeah, it's a tough break for him, too. And at these extremely high speeds around this Auto Club Speedway, so you get into these corners in a big clip, and you get into that gas pedal just a little too hard off the corner, you can certainly pancake the right side of that thing. And with this realistic damage, Todd, I'm sure all our viewers there, they're all racers out there at heart, and I think they understand, but just how much of it does at a place like Auto Club, how much do you think the aerodynamics really come into play when you damage up that right side?
They're going to come into play pretty extensively, especially damaging up your right side. Realistic damage, not what a lot of people are accustomed to, as now we've got a battle for that 3rd spot brewing up here. Terry Bauman looking low of Matt Watkins in that 15 machine. Bauman pulls back into line, but drafting, Phil, drafting is playing a key role, like we're saying here at California, but with damage, realistic damage, that's going to put a damper on your night, especially if you've pancaked that right side. You're not going to be able to pull up to the guy in front of you as well as you normally would.
Looks like the 059 of Rich Warden, looks like ignition troubles aboard that machine is going to put him behind the wall. He'll finish up last. We had 22 take the green flag. Looks like the 059 of Rich Warden will be the first retiree out of the event. And Rich Patton, I believe you had the story of what happened there from the Rich Warden camp.
Yeah, didn't pull a caution out, but we're going to run this anyway. We're going to keep our eyes on the 059er Rich Warden. As you can see, he's on the top row right in front of them 3 white trucks. Gets a little bit high going up the track, drifting up. Looks like he's probably got some problems there. Next thing you know, he's going to push it right up against the wall, skin the right side of his truck. He's got problems right now. Not sure if electrical or whatever, but it went down. He comes back across and he catches the 93 on the tail. 93 is able to save it, but as you can see, the 38 up on top is also now getting involved. And a little bit of spinning going on up there with the 38 and the Tonka truck. That's the 428 of Paglia, as we watch them kind of spin each other there for a little bit. And smoke's on the track, and not sure how much damage Paglia or JT Mayhew's going to have. He's actually running the 038 there. So it looks like 3 or 4 cars involved. I'm not sure how many of them are out of this event, but green flag still underway, guys.
Yeah, still under the green flag here. We're lap 8 on the board right now, still all chasing Maverick Morrow. He was your pole sitter on the 57. I know he was one of the guys, he was stressing all day long, just thinking about things at the Auto Club Speedway. Him not being, admittedly, he's not a restrictor plate guy. He wants to badly punch his ticket, as I believe all these guys do out here tonight in both of these servers. You want to get through this top 5 tonight, punch your ticket to the Texas Motor Speedway a few nights from now. I think, Todd Stanton, you want to avoid Talladega at all costs if you can help it out there tonight. But for some of these guys running about at 10th spot, the name of the game may be just advance out of Auto Club, make your way to Talladega. So there may be a whole lot of different strategies being played over the course of these few nights.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies, but Talladega is one of those tracks that you just never know what's going to happen, what's going to lurk around every corner. Damage could happen to you at every corner of that speedway. So Talladega is one of them unpredictable tracks. Luck has to be a little bit on your side at Talladega, and only 3 transfer from them last chance qualifiers, so it's a little bit harder. There's going to be a 36-car field, 3 transfer from that event, so you're going to see a madhouse at Talladega, and I would not myself as a driver not want to run in one of them last chance qualifying races. It's just going to be tough, and it's going to be all about who you're going to know at that Talladega Super Speedway. Meanwhile, up front, still single file through the top 5. Josh Metallic right now in that 5th and final bubble transfer spot, and he's got pressure coming from the 051 of Mike Morrison. Morrison starting to close up the gap on Josh Metallic, but Metallic holding suit. These guys still single file in line. No battles, really big battles around this track right now, Phil.
No, I think everybody is logging laps. As we talked about, I think the very edge of the fuel window is going to be 24 laps. So these guys are going to look to gamble on this fuel here. 88 laps distance. So you probably want to make this on probably a 3-stop race. You can do all you can there. They should have no problems with that if this thing's to stay under the green flag conditions. Can report from server number 2 that they did have an early yellow flag on lap number 3, an engine expiring aboard the Dave Robbins machine, the number 96. That's going to put him out of the event here in server number 2. Looking for see if we can't get a live update from there here in a few seconds here. I think Todd may be jumping over into server 2, and we'll give you the full rundown over there. But working lap number 11, the field is in turn number 3. Maverick Morrow, Isaac Ann, Matt Watkins, Terry Bauman, Josh Metallic. No change here among the ranks of the top 5. But one guy who's been charging through that top 10, Todd, the 051 of Mike Morrison. He's been all over the back of Josh Metallic. He's going to duck back in line. But Todd, I believe you may be ready with an update from not quite ready from an update from server 2. But I guess Rich now has said the all clear has been given. The ticker for server 2 is going to be scrolling to the bottom of your screen. Taylor Morgans looks to be leading that race there in server 2 out of the gate. Joe Allen having a great run. Andre Fiorini. Andres Felipe Sanchez, the 97, currently in that 4th spot. And the 411 of Jeff Riley. Just a top 5 of a stacked field over there. Todd, give us an update.
Yeah, you're going through some of them drivers right now, currently leading this race. Taylor Morgan's in that number 36 machine, who has about a second advantage, or 0.10 over Joe Allen. Andre Farini's 0.297. Sanchez in the number 97, he's running 4th. Another Insomniac guy here with the number 411 of Jeff Riley. He's running 5th. Mike Chevier in that number 43 machine. He's running 6th. 7th is the 102 of Rusty Little. Tony Roberson in that number 64 machine. He is running 8th. 9th is the 08 of Chris Robbins. 10th, Brian Ordo. 11th is Jason Skaraki. In that number 70 machine, Kelly Horner is running 12th. 13th, the 151 of Lance Muskegaard. 14th to 122, Jesse Case, James Collins, Donnie Garrett, TJ Hagler, Chuck McClure, Travis Jones, Adam Holm, and Brian Bell right now as you're running order. Everybody on the lead lap, 21 trucks out there at the Auto Club Speedway over here in race number 4, Phil.
And we've had some position shuffling over here in race number 3 as well. Terry Bauman was able to make his way around the Matt Watkins machine. He brought Josh Metallica with number 39 with him. Let's put those guys into the 3rd and 4th spot. The best race on the Speedway has been around for that 5th position between the Matt Watkins machine and the 051 of Mike Morrison. That thing has been on the move. That 51 is on a rail coming through the field. Currently right there riding in the tire tracks of Matt Watkins. Still all chasing the race leaders, Maverick Morrow and Isaac Gann. No change at the front of the field, Todd. They're going to put lap 15 of 88 up on the board. Probably about 8 laps or so away from our first round of green flag pit stops on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of these guys, Phil, are staying single file around the speedway right now, trying to wait for that first pit stop. Right now, Maverick Morrow, like you said, Phil, is leading the charge around the Auto Club Speedway with Isaac Gann running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Terry Bauman, who has moved his way up to 3rd. Josh Metallic and Matt Watkins is your top 5, still single file. These guys running pretty well around the Auto Club Speedway. No hiccups as of yet around the Auto Club, but we're going to have to see what else happens here.
The field down the back stretch, or down the front stretch rather, headed toward turn number 1. It's still Maverick Morrow at the front of the field with Isaac Gann, Terry Bauman, Josh Metallic. Matt Watkins is your current top 5. That battle for 5th has definitely subsided there as Mike Morrison, not sure he's just letting the tires cool off or whatever and make another charge. But now the 51 around in the outside wall. That's going to bring the yellow flag out for the first time tonight. Todd, not sure you're going to look at that, but it looks like the 51 is snapping loose there and putting us under the yellow.
I didn't get a chance to see that. I was starting to try to find where he was at, and Mike Morrison indeed into that outside wall. Tough break for that 051 machine.
So under yellow flag for the first time tonight over here in qualifying race number 3 for the NRT Game Servers 499 here. Qualifying race being held at the Auto Club Speedway. Just looks like maybe a case of not sure, there might have been a little contact there, maybe just a little touch there. We'll let Rich let the story tell there on the DRTV replay when he gets that screened out here in a little bit, but looks like maybe it was contact on the racetrack. Looks like around maybe the Jeff Marvel machine and the Mike Morrison machine. Looks like contact there. Mike Morrison into the outside wall. Not sure he hit it all too hard, and then not sure who that was, but also somebody else getting a piece after the fact in the 51 camp. So hopefully Mike's machine not too terribly tore up, but definitely, Todd, you definitely don't want to be pointing in the right direction there and off these walls here at this high rate of speed in California.
No, definitely not the way you want to be, and that's going to hurt his aerodynamics on that 051 machine, the Drunken Cow Jerky sponsored machine. I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who's going to show everybody out there on YouTube what happened.
Yeah, guys, we're going to keep our eyes on the 051 of Mike Morrison. We're going to let this run out a little bit. It looks like Marble there in the 65 got in with the 51 a little bit. We're going to come around with the camera, get a better angle. He taps him on the left rear corner right there. Looks like the 051's going up against the wall. You think everything's good, and then all of a sudden another truck's going to come by and just pop him. Not sure if he didn't see him. Could have been due to the smoke or whatnot. We're going to try to pan this camera back out just a little bit. That one's not going to work for us too well. We'll try to get over here and watch this one happen. But as you can see there, we have another couple trucks. He just ran right into him right there. We'll get back in there to see exactly who that was. That's going to be the 666. Looks like Guzman going to be the one that tags him on the front end. So go ahead and run that back out. We can see Guzman just hit him, just clips him on those right rear there. And that's going to send Mike Morrison backwards a little bit. Everybody else was able to get around him. Not sure if Guzman was able to see him through the smoke or not, but it looks like he tried to avoid him and just made too late of a call on getting around him and clipping him. So tough break for Mike Morrison, and not sure how much damage Guzman's going to have as well. Back up to you guys.
I was down there on pit road covering these pit stops, yellow flag pit stops, and I was watching the top 3 here from the 669 of Terry Bauman, also the 34 of Isaac Gann. Gann was on there. 4 tires is the call for Gann, the 669 of Terry Bauman. Also the 57 machine also took 4 tires of Maverick Morrow, but Morrow really not doing very well on his pit stop down there. Looks like the crew members jammed a lug gun down there, and he's going to follow to 3rd place here out of the pit road. So tough break for Maverick Morrow. Morrow now behind the 34 of Isaac Gann and the 669 of Terry Bauman. I'm going to throw it over to Phil. You have a Server 2 update.
I sure do. Out there on the racetrack under the green flag, working lap number 15 of 88. It is Taylor Morgans. He was your pole sitter. He is the leader in the number 36. Joe Allen, Andre Fiorini, Andre Sanchez, and Mike Chevier. That is your current top 5 over here in server number 2. In qualifying race number 4, Toby Robertson, Rusty Little, Jeff Riley, Chris Robbins, Kelly Horner. That is your current top 10 over here. Looks like 20 cars strong still left on the racetrack, and all single file here. Clean and green here on lap number 16, Todd.
Phil, you're going to owe $1 every time you say cars. The truck's out on there on the speedway. So every time, just everybody on YouTube, keep track of how many times any one of us say cars. And I guess we owe $1 to the kitty. But the truck's out there on the speedway besides the van. The van is pacing the field. The DRTV, beautifully prepared DRTV pace van out there pacing the field right now with Isaac Gann, your current race leader. After pit stops, the 669 Terry Bauman running second. Third is the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Josh Metallic is fourth. Fifth would be Matt Watkins. Jeff Marble in the 65. He is running sixth. Stephen Gallagher in that number 29 machine. He's had a win here live on DRTV. He's running seventh. Jesse Klein in 79 Motorsports driver running eighth in that number 75 machine. Bomb Squad Motorsports driver, Bomb Squad Racing, in that number 38 machine. Shane Vickers, he's running ninth. Jeff Case is running 10th. Mike Morrison, another Bomb Squad guy, is running 11th, who is involved in that yellow flag there. Extreme Skins, Extreme Graphics, Joe Archer running 12th. 13th is Chris Van Vliet. 14th is the 033 of Tony Fox, Rick Johnson, Robbie Nisus, JT Mayhew, David Crabtree, Guzman, Bill Martino, Mark Bagula. Out of this race with ignition failure early on in the going was Rich Warden in that 059 machine. Van lights still on atop that DRTV pace van.
Yeah, and you talk about that NRT Game Servers DRTV pace van. I mean, take a look at that thing. That is quite a beauty. And Rich Patton, I want you to give our viewers an update there. Tell us the origins of that van. I mean, just look at that thing. Just all the color on that, all the new logos, just all popping on there. The big hats off of J-Rock. Really awesome work on that thing.
Yeah, most definitely big hats off. I even heard that, I wasn't there when the van got put together, but we know this thing is fast. We've seen it out here a lot. It's got a new paint job on it just for this event. But I can tell you, I believe Mike Ross is the guy that put the motor and transmission in this thing, and he won't tell us what he did with it, but this thing is wicked quick. And obviously J-Rock did the paint up for us. And, it's so fast, guys, that we had to put that hazard markings all over the bumper to make sure everybody was well aware that thing was coming at them once it got moving, because it's just unbelievable. It's like a Clydesdale horse. Once it gets going, you're just not going to stop that thing. It's crazy. So we used to have an older one. We put it up on Craigslist to sell it. Not sure who's bought it yet. I know there's a lot of people out there that want that van. But right now, this is what we got. This is our new van.
Well, I think the old van, Rich, I think Todd was in charge of that sale, and I think he said it was Joe's Meat Market who bought that old van. So I guess we'll wish that old van adieu and wish it well. It's definitely been through some wild parties. And Todd Stanton, we're getting ready to throw this thing back under the green flag, but looking at this beautifully prepared van, I just hope it's ready for the party we're going to see here in a couple days at Talladega and also at Texas. But, hopefully we got that thing all worked out, ready to go, because it's going to be a wild ride here as we still have 68 laps to go here in qualifying race number 3. The van on Pace Road will be able to put that loud pedal back down here down the front stretch.
Yeah, Isaac Gann leading them down, waiting on the green flag from the head flagger up there in the flagger stand. Green flag's in the air, loud pedal is down, reach up there and pull them belts. One more time we're racing here at the Auto Club Speedway in California. The 34 of Isaac Gann leads them down. Terry Bauman right there running in second, but Maverick Morrow wants that second place back. He's battling with him going into corner number 1. Morrow is into second.
Yeah, put the 57 up to the second spot. Terry Bauman now dropping to third. Josh Metallic is right there in at number 39 in the 4th spot. He looked to peak to the low side down the back straightaway, heading toward turn number 3. Going to fall back in line, let those tires warm just a little bit. Steve Gallagher now at 29. He's going to swing it to the low side. That's going to be a side-by-side battle for the 4th spot off of turn 4.
Yeah, Matt Watkins get around Josh Metallic, and then Stephen Gallagher in that number 29 machine trying to work over the bottom side on the 39 of Josh Metallic, coming down the front straightaway here at the Auto Club Speedway. Metallic going to be able to hold on to that bubble spot, that final transfer spot into the NRT 499, and Metallic really hoping that he can stay there. Gallagher was putting some heavy pressure on the 39 machine, but now the 104 of Jeff Case is all over the rear bumper of the number 39 coming down the back straightaway. Metallic right now in that final transfer position. I can't say that enough, as the 104 of Jeff Case wants that position.
Yeah, he sure does. And I'm looking back up to the front of the field. almost a 3-wide battle there for that third spot between Terry Bauman, Matt Watkins right there, and also Josh Metallic. He swung it down to the inside line. He's pulled that now back up to the high side of the speedway as they pull back into single file formation. Terry Bauman's going to be clear of Matt Watkins, but now here comes Metallic. He's got the 39 rip riding on that high line. Move Josh Metallic up to the 4th spot off of turn 2.
Metallic still battling into that 4th spot. Looks like he's going to give way to the number 15 of Matt Watkins down the back straightaway. Watkins now back into 4th. Terry Bauman running 3rd. Maverick Morrow now playing the cat and mouse game with the 34 of Isaac Gann. Isaac Gann, your current race leader, with Maverick Morrow sitting in 2nd. Remember, Morrow was leading this event early on in the going. Isaac Gann was following the 57 machine. So now they just switched the roles here momentarily at the Auto Club Speedway.
Now, Todd, we just saw that battle for that 4th spot between Watkins and Metallic. We see Metallic driving in deep on the top end of the speedway. You saw that thing get a little bit upset and let Matt Watkins escape back by on the inside line. You think that's a product of maybe some fresher tires here paying off on the inside line? Or you think you're going to see the outside line pay dividends here over the long run?
I think the outside line will play quite a bit of dividends here at the Auto Club Speedway. Outside line, it's one of the favorite lines to run around here, one of my favorite lines to run around here. You can save your tires a little bit, and Josh Metallic just testing the waters here early on in the going in that number 39 machine, trying to go to the top side of the speedway. But the 15 of Matt Watkins right now all over the rear bumper, Terry Bauman in that 669 machine, almost a battle there. You're looking at two distinct different, as you see Bauman charging hard into the corner, the 15 of Matt Watkins. Lets up a little bit early in that 15 machine, trying to save a little bit of the tires, but Terry Bauman had one whale of a draft there right into the back bumper of the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Bauman now all over the rear bumper.
Yeah, Terry was right there. It looked like he was almost going to drive that thing there down into the corner to turn number 1. Looks like he just thought better of that. There was almost contact between those two trucks. Terry pulling a 669 back in line. Maverick Morrow in that number 57. He keeps peeking down to the inside line at the exit of these corners. Can't quite make anything happen there as the way of making gains around the Isaac Gann machine. But now looking back in the top 5, Todd, the race now for the 4th spot. Here comes Josh Metallic to the low side on Matt Watkins off of turn 2.
Side-by-side battle down the back straightaway. Watkins on the top side of the speedway. Now here comes Jesse Klein into the mix. And Somniac Motorsports driver, the 075 of Jesse Klein, or 75 of Jesse Klein on the top side of the speedway. He's going to wrestle that spot away from the number 39 of Josh Metallic. Metallic now drops back to the 6th position, but Metallic is not done yet. Here he comes back down to the bottom side of Jesse Klein. They're side-by-side down the front straightaway.
Yes, good battle there. That's racing for the 5th spot. For the transfer spot down the front straightaway. Jesse Klein in that number 75 now has worked his way into that transfer position. Metallic now back to the 6th spot, looking up just ahead of them guys, Todd. A battle for the 3rd spot. Matt Watkins to the inside of Terry Bauman, and now a battle for the race lead off of turn number 2.
Yeah, battles for the lead has curtailed down the back straightaway. Looks like Isaac Gann still holding on, and Maverick Morrow looking down to the inside. Battle for the 3rd position. Now looks like Watkins backs out of it, lets Terry Bauman go, but here comes Jesse Klein. He's running high, wide, and handsome, that high groove. The number 75 of Jesse Klein now making that high side work, and Jesse Klein is noted for running that high side, Phil.
Yeah, he certainly is, and I think he's the feel-good story of the night here so far. You know, Jesse, anybody knows Jesse, anybody over at the Somniac Motorsports Clan, if you keep up with him, he's just been battling some severe health issues, and good to see Jesse back with us here tonight out on the speedway and having a hell of a ride so far. Up in the top 5, battling side by side for the 4th spot, but look just up ahead of them, Todd, 2 wide in front of them as well. The race for 2nd between Terry Bauman and Maverick Morrow. That seems to settle down. Now it's going to bring Matt Watkins back into the fray. You can throw these 5 trucks under a blanket for 2nd off of turn 4.
Yeah, Terry Bauman had 2nd there momentarily. High-low switch maneuver pulled by the number 57 of Maverick Morrow. Morrow back into 2nd. Terry Bauman running in 3rd right now. Jesse Klein, the battle of the race right now is Jesse Klein in the 15 of Matt Watkins. Klein really working the top side. He has to let out of it. Bauman let out of it there a little early. Jesse Klein had to let out of it. Let Matt Watkins back into the fray here, side by side down the back straightaway. Watkins on the bottom side. Klein on the top side, finally getting the drafting momentum. He's going to be put into that 4th spot in that number 75 machine. Matt Watkins back to 5th.
Yeah, they're going to pull back in the single file formation. Matt Watkins right now under fire in that transfer spot. Josh Metallic all over the back of the 15. Steve Gallagher in the 29. He's also got that Chevrolet riding that number 29 currently in the 7th spot on the outside looking in. Joe Archer in the 8 having a good run in that Extreme Graphics, Extreme Skins Chevrolet. Now looking underneath that Gallagher machine in the 29. And now a side-by-side battle for the race lead, Todd.
Yeah, Bauman down on the bottom side in that 669 machine. He was trying to pull a two-for deal over there in the corner. Bauman really driving it deep on the bottom side. Could not pull off the pass, though, on the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Bauman really quick right now. But here comes Jesse Klein back to the top side. He's motoring through the field, Phil, in that number 75 machine. Now moving to third, running the top side of the speedway. Now put Bauman to fourth.
And Terry Bauman having a whale of a run there in that 669. Now up to the fourth spot, as you said, or Matt Watkins rather, under that Terry Bauman machine. Moved Matt now back up to that third spot. Terry now back to the fourth position. Josh Metallic is right there in that position number 6. And, you know, looking back to the front of the field, nobody seems to be doing anything with Isaac Antod. Maverick Morrow has been looking high. He's been looking low. Isaac being a master of playing that draft, breaking that momentum down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Isaac is breaking the momentum of the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Jesse Klein is running there in third. Those guys are pretty tight now. It looks like the battle for the lead starting to heat up. Here comes Maverick Morrow down to the inside, trying to get around the 34 of Isaac again. Here comes Jesse Klein. He left the door wide open, did the 57 of Morrow for Klein to come onto the top side of the speedway. What a move from Jesse Klein on the top side of the speedway, the top shelf, as we call it in dirt racing, Phil.
Yeah, he's running that cushion really good in that Insomniac Motorsports machine. He's alongside the Maverick Morrow machine in that number 57. They're side by side, racing for that second spot. Isaac again, the race leader. He pulls it low. He pulls it back to the high lane. Now they pull back in single file formation. Jesse can't make that run work on the high side, but he's going to peak once again up high. Almost contact with the outside wall. Isaac again using every ounce of racetrack, Todd, trying to keep these guys behind him.
Yeah, Isaac Gann goes from the top to the bottom, from the back down to the bottom to the top. Isaac Gann all over the speedway in that number 34 machine. The 57 Maverick Morrow gets a little snidbit of draft, and then Gann breaks it when he goes back down to the bottom side. Klein was running pretty stout on the top side of the speedway, but here comes Matt Watkins trying to challenge Klein down to the bottom side. Looks like the bottom groove right now is stalling that top groove, Phil. Looks like to be the lane of choice right now.
Well, it looks like as these tires burn off and it gets tougher and tougher to run that bottom lane at a high rate of speed, able to keep the loud pedal down, as you would say, a lot more there in that high lane. You're seeing that great momentum burst that Terry Bauman there, and that number 69 is getting off of turn number 4, able to pull around in that draft around that Matt Watkins machine. Josh Metallic all over the back bumper, trying to push him there. Now it races the second spot. Jesse Klein now moving to the bottom side of the Maverick Morrow machine, tries to pull along side by side down the back straightaway.
Side by side, Klein now settles back into the third spot right there behind the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Gann still leading this race. Terry Bauman running in that fourth spot. Now Matt Watkins up to fifth. Josh Metallic is in sixth on the outside looking in right now in that number 39 Caterpillar machine. That truck, beautifully prepared truck, always has a clean looking truck, does Josh Metallic, running in that sixth position. And Matt Watkins all over the rear bumper, Terry Bauman right now. And these guys in the top 5, top 6, Phil, they're really racing it pretty hard. Here comes Josh Metallic back down to the bottom side, trying to get around Watkins. What a run from Metallic, going down into corner number 1 and off of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. Metallic one whale of a run on the bottom side.
Yeah, but that's going to stall out as they get off the turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. That outside lane, that top shelf looks to be the fast way around this Auto Club Speedway right now. Working lap number 35 as the field is in turn number 3. It is Isaac Gann, Maverick Morrow, Jesse Klein, Terry Bauman, and Matt Watkins, your current top 5 last time by. 6 through 10, we find Josh Metallic, Jeff Case, Steve Gallagher, Joe Archer, Rick Johnson. That is your current top 10. Tony Fox is 11th, Jeff Marble is 12th, JT Mayhew is 13th, Shane Vickers 14th, Mark Paglia currently in that 15th spot. It's Chris Von Vliet in 16th. David Crabtree 17th in that last transfer spot to get to the LCQs. 18th, Robbie Nices. Bill Martino 19th. Emmanuel Guzman currently the 20th spot. Mike Morrison, the last truck on the racetrack in the 051, currently 21st. And Rich Warden out of the event. He was our 22nd finisher here tonight and out of the event here early on due to ignition problems. That is your full field rundown, sponsored by the DRL Network, home of the NRT Game Servers $4.99, coming this Saturday night, 4 nights from now, from a Texas Motor Speedway. This is qualifying race number 3 from the Auto Club Speedway, and also in server number 2, we have also another race, qualifying race number 4, also from the Auto Club Speedway. You're going to see live stats ticking at the bottom of your screen here momentarily, and I know Todd's going to be frantically at work here in just a second. Over to server number 2 for a live update. But looking back to the front of this field, it is still Isaac Gann and Maverick Morrow. The best race on the racetrack now looks to be for that 3rd or 4th spot. Matt Watkins right there in the number 15. Here comes Terry Bauman to the low side in that number 669. These guys having a whale of a run out of the gate, racing around for that transfer spot. That is going to be where you want to be here. Still a lot of racing here left to go. 50 laps to go at the line. Currently working lap number 38 out of 88 here. I know server 2, they were a couple of laps behind Todd Stanton. They were plagued by an early caution flag. I know you're over there looking for a live update.
That live update from server number 2. They're on lap 37 of 88. Andre Ferrini, now your current race leader, with Joe Allen running in 2nd, and he's all over the rear bumper of Ferrini. Tony Robertson running in 3rd right now in the number 64 machine, and 4th is the 08 of Chris Robbins. Those guys all within .632 of each other. TJ Hagler running in that 5th spot. 6th is the 102 of Rusty Little. Mike Chevier is 7th. 8th is the 77 of Donnie Garrett. Jeff Riley running 9th. 10th is Chuck McClure. Sanchez in the number 97. He's running 11th. The 777 of James Collins running in that 12th spot. Jason Skoraki running 13th. 14th, Taylor Morgans. He's 31 seconds back. Kelly Horner is 15th. 16th is the 9 of Adam Holm. 17th, Lance Muskegard is 1 lap down. Brian Order 1 lap down. Brian Bell 1 lap down. And Travis Jones also 4 laps down to the field here. He is in that 20th position. 20 trucks left in the field here at the Auto Club Speedway. In server number 2 here, race number 4, qualifier number 4 of the NRT 499.
Yeah, and just look at that live scrolling ticker there from race number 2. Rich displaying that on the top of your screen in a split screen here. Standing some race number 2 going on, live action from server number 1, qualifying race number 3 on the left side of your screen. Just such a cool feature. Rich Patton always pushing the envelope here, as we try to do on DRTV week after week, and so much great stuff. So many bells and whistles we're trying to pulling out all the stops. So it's NRT 499 this week. Race number 3 currently on lap number 40, still being led by Isaac Gann and Maverick Morrow. They were your front row. They have paced this field throughout, but a great run for Jesse Klein from Insomniac Motorsports in that number 75. Currently in position number 3. Matt Watkins has dropped off the pace of that top 3. Matt currently in that 4th spot with Josh Vitalik. Terry Bauman now running in the 6th spot. Jeff Case, Steve Gallagher, Rick Johnson, Joe Archer. That is your current top 10. Probably just about a handful of laps away from pit stops, Todd Stanton. I think you're going to see pit road here be a very, very busy place. Now tell our viewers here, I know you're getting back screened out here in the primary server here so we can follow along with the broadcast. But tell us here just how tough at Auto Club Speedway is it to get off of these high banks and down to this almost flatter surface on pit road.
Yeah, these guys going about 180 plus miles an hour down the front straightaway here as I'm watching Isaac Gann 183 miles an hour into corner number 1. You've got to imagine how slow they're going to have to slow down. I believe pit road speed is 45 miles an hour. You have to woe it down to 140 miles an hour difference. So it's really treacherous going down on the pit road, coming down off the banking and onto the flat surface, coming down into pit road. You got to mind your P's and Q's. Don't speed down pit road. Get into your pit box without sliding through, and that way, Phil, you can nail your pit stop and everything goes right. You come in pit road at the speed, everything, you can come back out with a pretty good advantage on a pit stop as long as you can woe it down. And that's the biggest thing is penalties on pit road. That's what I'm going to have to say. Some of this is going to come down to.
Well, I think Rich is ready at the ready there with the DRTV punt cam. We're going to have monitoring all the action as they get on and off of pit road here under the green flag. See that in the bottom right of your screen. Great job, Rich, getting that ready here for this round of green flag pit stops that we're anticipating in probably about 3 or 4 laps or so. I know we've had one visitor to pit road. We'll see if we can't monitor any kind of race chatter as we see one more down pit road. Todd Stanton, I think we get a full gaggle of trucks heading toward pit road.
Yeah, I'm riding with the 34, your current race leader, the 34 of Isaac Gann. He's down. He wowed down to his pit speed of 55 miles an hour. Correct me. I thought it was 45. It is actually 55 miles an hour. Gann holding true to that 55 miles an hour down through here, not seeing him speed. And that number 34 machine coming to the aid of his pit crew. Remember, second pit stop for the number 34 machine. Let's go to see what they're going to do here. Tire wear has been a factor. Gann now in his pit stall, did not slide through. Right side tires going on that number 34 machine. Right side tires going on the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Gann down, is Jack Manlet's down the right side. Left side's now going on the number 34 of Isaac Gann. Also left sides for the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Gann down and away.
Looking at our current race leaders last time by, Josh Metallic and Terry Bauman, they've peeled off the banking. They're also on pit road. Also is Jeff Case in the 104, but let's keep our eyes on the Bauman and the Metallic machines. They're qualified up near the front of the field. They're going to pit all the way down to the far end of pit road towards turn number 1. The 39 making that left-hand turn, he is on the sign. We'll see what the word is for the 39 camp. Is at least 2 right side tires. I'm going to imagine, Todd Stan, we're going to see 4 tires for Josh Metallic. Also, it looks like right side's now 4 tires to call. Also for Terry Bauman up ahead. Terry having a great qualifying run here tonight. Also looked like it was 4 tires for Robbie Nices, 4 tires for Shane Vickers on this end of pit road.
Yeah, 4 tires to call up and down pit road here right now. I'm riding with the 75 of Jesse Klein. Klein right now right behind. It looks like the 57 of Maverick Morrow. Morrow right now is being scored 8th. We're going to have to wait for timing and scoring to catch up. Morrow looks like he had a worse pit stop than the 34 of Isaac Gann. Gann already quite a ways in front of him. Gann, I believe, is the first car off pit road. He's being scored 6th right now on the speedway. So we're going to have to see where this is all going to play out. I think Gann will recycle with the lead with Matt Watkins sitting 2nd.
Yeah, and I'm talking to Isaac Gann here earlier today. He was super excited to get to the Auto Club Speedway tonight. Said if this thing goes under the green flag conditions, he thought that was an advantage for him. Thought he was going to gain an awful lot of time on and off pit road under the green flag. And just as we say that, timing and scoring does catch up. Isaac Gann, the 34, is your new race leader. Well, once again, reclaims the race lead. He had the lead there through that entire green flag stage there to number 34. It is Matt Watkins in that 2nd spot. They've got a 2-second advantage over 3rd place Josh Metallic, Maverick Morrow, also Jesse Klein there as well with Terry Bauman right there. Top 6 cars, or trucks rather, Todd. Looks like they've broken away from the rest of this field.
There's another $1, Phil. That's $2 on the evening for you. 34 of Isaac Gann sitting in the top spot. And I'm telling you right now, these guys that are running, I'm going to call them the 2nd pack, but they're about 2 seconds behind. The 39 of Josh Metallic, now they're 1.5 seconds behind, so they're making some headway on these top 2 guys. So you're seeing the draft play a little bit of a factor, a little bit of a role here, as right now you've got the 57, you got the 39 of Josh Metallic, the 75, they're all together. Terry Bauman just a little bit off, but I believe he's caught the draft of these 3 guys in front of him. Is Bauman right now about 2.8 back.
So just recycling through the round of green flag pit stops is all complete. It's Isaac Gann and Matt Watkins pacing this field with a 1.5 second advantage over Maverick Morrow and that number 57. But looks like that second group, Todd, with Maverick, Josh Metallic, Jesse Klein, Terry Bauman, they're starting to eat into that top 2 just a little bit. You may see a 6-truck battle off of the ranks for the race lead here. 40 laps remaining up on the board here in race number 3, qualifying race number 3 for the NRT 499 here at the Auto Club Speedway tonight. Tomorrow night, 2 more qualifying races from the Richmond International Raceway. Thursday and Friday evenings, we have last chance qualifying races. We're going to take the top 5 out of these qualifiers. Well, in LCQ number 1 and number 2, we're going to take the top 3 finishers, and that's going to set the stage. 36 trucks set to take the green flag this Saturday evening from the Texas Motor Speedway. The NRT game servers 499, 333 laps around the Texas Motor Speedway. Cannot wait to get to Saturday night. But as we look to the front of this field, Todd, that 2nd pack has caught them lead too. Make that a 5 to 6 truck breakaway to the front of this field.
Yep, 5 truck breakaway. Terry Bauman just about a second off of Jesse Klein. He's 2.01 back, where Jesse Klein's 1.03 back. And right now, these guys in the top 5, they're on the 5th place guy is on the bubble, but Terry Bauman can see them in his sights, but he's just a little bit back. So hopefully they start racing up there is what he's thinking, I believe, so that way he can get that lead pack there and try to get back into the mix of things up here. But you got the 34 of Isaac Gann leading the way. Matt Watkins sitting 2nd. 3rd is Maverick Morrow. 4th, Josh Metallic. 5th is Jesse Klein. 6th is Terry Bauman. 7th is the 104 machine of Jeff Casey, and he's about 8 seconds back after pit stop. The number 8 machine, he's running 8th. He's 14 seconds back. And that's the number 8 of Joe Archer. Archer in the Extreme Graphics machine having a great run here this evening in that 8th position. The number 93 of Rick Johnson, he is 14 seconds back. He is in a tandem draft with the number 8 of Joe Archer. So the 93 running in that 9th position, and the 033 of Tony Fox rounds out your top 10, and he's 18 seconds off the leaders.
Well, nothing changing at the front of this, the top 5 of this thing. It's all sorted out. Looks like the top 5 are broken away. Terry Bauman doing all he can to lead onto that lead pack, but looks like he may lose them sight of that top 5. And that's going to be the story here as we focus on the second half of this race. The top 5 positions locked their way in to the big field this Saturday at the Texas Motor Speedway. Positions 6 through 17, they're going to graduate on to the last chance qualifying races at Talladega on Thursday and Friday evening. So much to race for throughout up and down this field. The focus on the speedway right now, 14 drivers back on the lead lap. Emmanuel Guzman, Robbie Nices, Chris Van Vliet. Those are the last 3 guys in the transfer spots for the LCQs. Mike Morrison and Bill Martino, they're also still 1 lap down. Those guys on the outside looking in, still racing all over around this Auto Club Speedway, working now lap number 52. Just a shout out to all the guys out there in the YouTube chat box watching us here tonight on the DRL network. Just want to thank all you guys for all the support. You got Zach Freemo out there, Jeff Zupta, Robert Balkum, among just a gaggle of guys in there chatting back and forth. Also see Gary Piccolo, just there's so many names out there. I see 70 out there watching on YouTube right now. So a big hats off salute to you guys. Thank you again for all the support. Head over to the website, drlnetwork.com. Check out all the great stuff we have going on. Just a full feature week here on DRTV, NRT Game Servers Week here, the $4.99 Saturday night. Still so much racing here left to go. So much racing going on here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. 2 jam full pack servers, 22 and 24 drivers strong, taking these green flags tonight. 5 trucks going to advance. We're going to punch 10 more tickets to join the 10 more that joined us at the Atlanta Motor Speedway last night. We've seen 2 great races from Atlanta. The first one won by Derek Justice. The second one won by Tim Nofsker in the number 088. Those were 2 guys amongst the 10 who punched their ticket into Saturday night's NRT $4.99. We're going to punch 10 more tickets tonight. Your current top 5 here is Isaac Gann, Matt Watkins, Maverick Morrow, Josh Batalik, and Jesse Klein. And Todd Stanton, I believe you have an update from Server 2 in qualifying race number 4.
Yeah, I'm over here in server number 2 right now, qualifying race number 4 here from the Auto Club Speedway. These guys in the midst of green flag pit stops, also 54 of 88 laps complete. Been watching these guys come down pit road, 4 tires to call on most of these drivers. TJ Hagler relinquished the lead to the number 77 of Donnie Garrett there momentarily. Garrett did get the lead a lap. Still waiting for these guys to cycle through, Phil, and then I'll give you a rundown.
All right, so in the middle of green flag pit stops there in qualifying race number 4, those guys under the green flag conditions having a great run over there as well. These guys have clicked off many laps over here in server number 1 here for qualifying race number 3. 55 of 88 on the board. These laps starting to click off awfully quickly. Still 1 more pit stop left to make. They're still all chasing Isaac Gann at the front of this field. He's been the Pied Piper all night long in this race, qualified on the outside pole, led much of these early stages and through this middle portion here through the last 30 laps. Matt Watkins having a great run in the 15. He's been right there in that top 5 all night long, as has Maverick Morrow, the 57. He was our pole sitter. He hasn't dropped too far out of this top 3 all evening long. Those 3 guys teched up in there, nose to tail down the back straightaway. Josh Metallic, Jesse Klein, those 5 drivers have broken away, looking to advance to this big main event here this coming Saturday night at the Texas Motor Speedway. But Todd Stanton, I believe you have an update there through a round of green flag pit stops over in server number 2.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Still green flag pit stops going on over here, and I'm not sure. Maybe they're not going around here anymore, because right now your current race leader is the 77 of Donnie Garrett, and I'm trying to look through the field here to see if Donnie Garrett has took any field. No, he's coming back out onto the track now. So Donnie Garrett going to lose a few positions here. Going to have to see timing and scoring not reset yet, Phil. So I'm just waiting on that. I believe Joe Allen. Oh, okay, it's resetting now. Joe Allen is your current race leader over here in server number 2. Toby Robertson running in that second spot in the 64 machine. Andre Farini is running third. Fourth is TJ Hagler. Those guys all within .711 of each other. Mike Chevier in that number 43 machine, an SMO hardcore racing guy. He's running inside the top 5 right now in that 5th spot, so he's on the bubble, but he's under heavy pressure from the 102 of Rusty Little. He's 3.419 back, so that's about 1.19 back between Rusty Little and Mike Chevier. Those guys in a battle of their own for that final transfer spot, Phil. Adam Helm is running in that 7th spot. 8th is Chris Robbins. 9th, Chuck McClure. Donnie Garrett, 10th. Sanchez running 11th. 12th is the 411 of Jeff Riley. Taylor Morgan, 13th. 14th, Jason Skoraki. 15th, Kelly Horner. 16th, Lance Muskegaard. Brian Ordo running 17th. 18th is James Collins. 19th is Travis Jones. And rounding out your 20-truck field is Brian Bell over here in server number 2, Phil.
Well, they're having a great run over there. Those 20 guys out of the gate here. Just updating here in qualifying race number 3. Looks like we've had another retiree pull it behind the wall, and that appears to be the 111 of David Crabtree. He'll finish up in the 21st position tonight. Going to be on the outside looking in. Hope to get one of those alternate spots here when we get to the LCQ races at Talladega on Thursday and Friday. But looking at the front of the field, this is the same song and dance from this top 5. They have broken away from the field. Isaac Gann, Matt Watkins, Maverick Morrow, Josh Metalik, and Jesse Klein. They have a full 8-second advantage last time by over Terry Bauman in the 669. Jeff Case currently in the 7th spot. Tony Fox, Joe Archer, Jeff Marble. That's the top 10 currently sitting. Shane Vickers 11th. Steve Gallagher 12th. JT Mayhew is 13th. Chris Von Vliet is 14th, 1 lap down. Emmanuel Guzman is 15th in the 666. It's Robbie Nice is currently 16th. Bill Martino 17th, 1 lap down. 18th on the outside looking in currently will be Mike Morrison in that 051. Mark Paglia currently in the 19th spot. He is 2 laps down. It is currently David Crabtree behind the wall. He's currently scored in that 20th spot. Rick Johnson in the 93, currently 21st. In the 22nd position, Rich Warden in the 059. That is your full field rundown, sponsored by the DRL Network. Currently on lap number 61, Todd Stanton. The story is those top 5 drivers, they have pulled away from the field. Still one more pit stop still left to make for this gang.
Yeah, one more pit stop left as we're on lap 61 of 88 here at the Auto Club Speedway. Like you said, Isaac Gann is your leader with a 15 of Matt Watkins, Maverick Morrow, Josh Metalik, and Jesse Klein. Those are your top 5 guys right now, and they've pulled away from Terry Bauman. Bauman running in that 6th spot, 9.571 seconds back. He has lost a lot of ground to these guys up front, but anything can happen in these qualifying races, so hopefully he can keep digging around. Terry Bauman doing a really fantastic job running in that 6th position. So Bauman running 6th, 7th, Jeff Case, like you said. So he's 14 seconds off the leaders, and he is catching Terry Bauman. Bauman's about 4 seconds back. But Isaac Gann starting to reel in Bill Martino and the 051 of Mike Morrison. Those guys about ready to go a lap down to Gann. Gann gets around those, no problem. Gann now putting cars down the lap, or trucks.
Well, we'll put $1 in a jar there, Todd. You've said cars and not trucks there. You've been correcting me all night long. So it's Just Desserts, my friend. Just Desserts here as we work lap number 62. 26 laps here left to go. Thinking it's going to be probably about 8 to 12 laps before we see these guys back on pit road. No change in the top 5. These guys just content to log laps because, frankly, the win tonight means just as much as finishing in that top 5 positions. They want to punch their ticket to automatically transfer into the NRT Game Servers 499 at Texas this Saturday night. An awesome community event we have here going on at the DRL Network. Always a tribute here to our good friend Dave Stanley at NRT Game Servers and Rich Patton. It's just such a cool atmosphere to see all these leagues have coming together. 17 great leagues, I count at least 17. There might be even more than that on the sheet represented. So many different league admins have stepped forward to make this all possible for us to take on the race controls here, to allow us to do what we do up here in the booth of these shows here on the nightly basis. Just such a great gathering of all the community members and all the players that have come forward. There's such tremendous support. We're so grateful for that.
Oh, yes, indeed. Unbelievable support. When we first approached to do this through NRT, obviously we appreciate Dave so much that we obviously couldn't turn him down, and we were able to put together this great event, pull in all these 17 different leagues. We went out and looked for admins from all these other leagues and asked if they wanted to participate and be a part of this, and we have got some great admins keeping the racing under control, so we're able to bring this live to the YouTube land. and just one heck of a thing. And I keep trying to tell everybody about this event. It's not about any particular league. It's about the drivers. It's about the community. It's about a 12-year-old plus game still alive with this many players. We had 163 drivers registered for this event, all trying to get to Texas come Saturday night. And it's not easy. There's a lot of big names in here. There's a lot of fast drivers in all of these events. And it just baffles me that we're going to have some big names and some fast guys not get in the big event by the way this is turning out. We went across 3 different tracks to qualify. They had to adapt and overcome and show that they were talented enough to be able to adapt on the fly and show what they've got, and they're doing it, and they don't have an option, but they're doing it. And even tomorrow night's Richmond. It's a tough little short track. There's big names in that one. It's just unbelievable that the guys that are out here doing all this, we couldn't ask for more. We appreciate everybody involved. And I think this is going to turn into a regular annual event, Phil and Todd.
Well, I think we're hoping so. There may just have to be some work done on a second installment here. Maybe this time next year we come back and do this all again, another NRT Game Service $4.99 event. A multi-tiered event, multifaceted across different racetracks here. Just gives these guys such a unique challenge here. This is a very unprecedented event here. Picking out these 3 different racetracks for these guys having to all qualifying on. And then that big equalizer, the Talladega Super Speedway. You put that thing to the floor, you turn left, you play the drafting game all night long. When you think about it, Thursday and Friday, we've seen Talladega so many times here on DRTV. We've taken up a residency there. We had a van go by the wayside there with all the partying that goes on at Talladega. But it is going to be quite the party here Thursday and Friday night. Think about it, drivers. Everybody out there in YouTube land, we're going to put 36 drivers in each of those LCQ races. We're going to take the top 3 out of each of them. It is going to be complete bedlam. It looks like Todd Stanton, the fuel window is approaching these guys. They're going to be on pit road, thinking maybe they split the distance from here. This seems a little bit early. I think you're in the Isaac Gann pits. Look like everybody in that top 5 has all found their way to pit road.
Isaac Gann coming down pit road in that number 34 machine, first guy to come down pit road, looking to see if there's any other drivers that took down. Looks like Matt Watkins, the 57 of Maverick Morrow, Terry Bauman coming down pit road. So these guys going today to their pit crew. I'm following the 34 of Isaac Gann. Gann right now into his pit stall. No sliding through for the number 34 machine. Looks like right side tires going on the 34. Left side tires looks like it's going to go on the 34. Also, same way with the 57 of Maverick Morrow. These guys get full 4 tires and full tank of fuel, and they're down and away, Phil, joining the field again.
I'm down on the far end of pit road here, waiting the arrival of the Insomniac Motorsports Ford, the number 75 of Jesse Klein on the pit road. Absolutely perfect on the mark. Don't look like he spun, locked up those tires at all. Waiting for him to find that green machine down to his pit stall, onto the pit sign. Perfect entrance there. Right side tires in the air for the Jesse Klein machine, pitting onto the runner-up spot. Also, race leader Josh Metallic was in on the far end of pit road. Looks like 4 tires for Jeff Marble, 4 tires for Steve Gallagher, and a 4-tire stop for our current race leader Josh Metallic. Work down to this end of pit road all done. They're down and away.
They are down and away, Phil. 4 tires. Going to have to see how this all shakes out here in server number 1 for qualifying race number 3 here of the week here for the NRT game servers. $4.99 here from the Auto Club Speedway. I believe it looked like Isaac Gann got a good green flag pit stop. We're seeing the 75 of Jesse Klein coming back out there on the speedway. Klein having a pretty good pit stop. He's going to join, I believe, right around the 4th position again for the number 75 machine. So Klein having a good run in that number 75.
Yeah, looking on this end of pit road, it's a 4-tire pit stop for Shane Vickers. An extended 4-tire pit stop for Mike Morrison. Also, Robbie Nisus. He took 4 tires in the 54. Tony Fox, 4 tires. JT Mayhew, 4 tires. So that's the story, Todd. 4 tires up and down pit road with 18 laps to go. I'd assume if we stay under green flag conditions, I think we've seen the last of these guys on the pit road this evening.
Yeah, I think we have Josh Metallic in the lead in that number 39 machine. Interesting strategy play by the 39 of Josh Metallic. Metallic up front, all by himself, and yellow flag going to fly on the speedway here at the Auto Club Speedway. Yellow flag number 2, Josh Metallic, your leader here at the yellow flag.
All right, well, that's going to change the complexion of this race. Just a lot here as we're under 20 laps to go. Currently working lap number 70. It was Josh Metallic. He was scored the race leader last time around under green flag conditions, but that's going to bunch everybody back up. Looks like the lucky dog recipients there maybe the JT Mayhew in the Steven Gallagher machines. We're going to call that unofficially. We'll let race control take care of that down in the booth. These guys doing a whale of a job out there in race control, keeping all this going on under wraps, but trying to find what may have happened here to put us under the yellow flag. The second one here tonight in qualifying race number 3. It's Josh Metallic, your current race leader. Isaac Gann, Maverick Morrow, Matt Watkins, and Jesse Klein. That's your top 5. Those guys were driving away from the field here before this yellow flag. Todd Stanton, you think you're going to see pit road? We're going to be open this time by. You think we're going to see any of those top 5 revisit pit road?
I don't know. Maybe Josh Metallic. It looks like I'm not 100% positive, but if these guys are going to come down pit road, some of them will and some of them might not. Looks like it might have been the 29 of Gallagher around. He's one of the guys that have won live here on DRTV. He's out of that BGRSR stable over there, Maniac, and the Backyard Garage Sim Racing League. Stephen Gallagher, one of those guys that has won on DRTV here before, and I believe that's who it was on. But Gallagher won the Brian Williams Memorial over there, so he's no stranger to victory lane here on DRTV.
No, absolutely not. And I believe Rich Patton, I believe he may be ready with a DRTV replay, so let's throw it down to you.
Yeah, most definitely, guys. We're going to keep our eyes on the 29 of Gallagher. He's going to be up on the top side. He's going to get a little bit loose on the top side. Yeah, they did. For everybody in the punt cam, they got to see me playing in the background. We're going to go ahead and let this run through. The 29 just gets a little bit loose. Rear end gets out from under him. He's going to solo spin it right there in the middle of the track. That's obviously going to put him back up against the wall, smashes the front end into it. Once again, we're in realistic damage, so not sure how much damage he's going to have on the front end of that Chevrolet, but tough break there for Gallagher, and I'm sure that's going to hurt him in the final results here. That might end his week. We'll have to see how it plays out. We're going to get him into pits, try to get some damage repaired, and see if he's got anything left for these guys. Back up to you guys.
All right, well, back live here. Thanks for the replay, Rich. Now our viewers out there in YouTube land, they get a little preview of what it's like down there when you frantically work at race controls. We had the punt cam there live on the screen. You guys got to see that full action replay as Rich was frantically looking at, trying to see what was going on there to give us a replay. I think you saw everything going on behind the scenes there. But Rich Patton there, you guys know, he's got his hands full down there in the TV control booth. You know, the live look-ins with the replay, the strolling stick, the stat ticker from server number 2. You know, so much great stuff going on there. Rich Patton, hats off with a great job as always down there. And I believe Todd Stanton trying to get back connected with us. I know we were frantically looking to get an update from server number 2. I can report they're also under the yellow flag conditions. The second one of the night over there, currently also on lap number 71. So once again, for 2 nights in a row, it is mirror images of these races. We've seen the Atlanta Motor Speedway last night, had a nice long green flag run in both races. Both had early caution flags, 2 early caution flags, and then took the distance there for quite a while before a late caution flag into going in both races. We're seeing that same complexion taking spot here tonight. We've seen 1 yellow out of the gate here early, or through lap 20. We've seen an early caution flag right away out of the gate in server number 2 in qualifying race number 4, and now both under the yellow flag, the second of each event past lap number 70. Tons of green flag racing of both of these races tonight. It's been fantastic over here. We've been keeping an eye in server number 1 in qualifying race number 3. Isaac Gann and Maverick Morrow, those 2 guys have been the story leading the bulk of this event, but also the story from race number 2, Todd. We've seen guys like Andre Fiorini, Joe Allen over there. TJ Hagler looks like having a great over there in server number 2. I believe you're going to have a live update for us.
Yeah, live update over here in server number 2 from the Auto Club Speedway. TJ Hagler, your current race leader, aboard that number 51 machine. Andre Fiorini running second. Third is Joe Allen. Toby Robertson in that number 64 is running fourth. Fifth is Mike Chevier. Sixth, Rusty Little. Donnie Garrett is seventh. Eighth is Chuck McClure. Ninth is the 08 of Chris Robbins. Sanchez running in 10th in that number 97 machine. 11th is the 36 of Taylor Morgans. 12th, I believe, is the 411 of Jeff Riley. Looks like Lucky Dog gets 151 of Lance Muskegaard and Kelly Horner as they're flashing by the DRTV pace van over here. Jason Skoracki running 15th, 16th, the 9 of Adam Helm. He's 2 laps down. Brian Ordo, 2 laps down. Travis Jones motoring around here at 18th. He is 4 laps down, so Travis Jones having some having some not so good luck in that number 24, but still motoring around the Auto Club Speedway, Phil.
So we're under 15 laps less to go there in qualifying race number 4. Just want to give a shout out to the YouTube chat boxes. We're waiting around here under the pace car. The lights are extinguished atop a DRTV pace fan. We're about a half a lap away from putting this back under the green flag. But just looking through the chat box, I just put the challenge out via text. I want to know what you guys are thinking. What are your predictions for the rest of this race here with 16 laps to go in race number 1? Looks like these two races 1 lap apart. I don't know if they can take any more mirror image than that here under the yellow flags. It seems like the exact same times tonight. Just want to give a big hats off to all the guys in YouTube lane. Just all the chatter going back and forth, seeing all the words of encouragement, the drivers chatting back and forth. I'm seeing guys like Rick Johnson, who's fallen out of race number 1, James Collins fallen out of race number 2. Those guys out in the chat box comparing notes of what it was like out there at the Auto Club Speedway tonight. Currently under the second yellow flag in the Isaac Gann, your current race leader with Maverick Morrow, Matt Watkins, Jesse Klein, Jeff Case. That is your current top 5. We've seen Terry Bauman out of the gate here tonight, racing in the top 5 all evening long. Terry Bauman now currently scored in the 8th spot as we get ready for the restart. The DRTV pace van making its way off of turn number 4. The van is in down to that speed limit on pit road. It's going to turn the field back over to Isaac Gann. Maverick Morrow, the 57. Matt Watkins in the number 15. The loud pedal is down. Green flags in the air. 12 laps to go at the line, Todd Stan.
12 laps to go at the line. Isaac Gann leading the 57 of Maverick Morrow, running second. Third is the number 15 of Matt Watkins. Fourth is the number 75 machine of Jesse Klein. Fifth is the 104 of Jeff Case, but Jeff Marble now moves up to the 5th spot in that number 65 machine.
Yeah, Jeff Marble having a great run there with the 65. Have not talked too much about Jeff. And also Jeff Case in that 104. Those guys now battling up around the top 5 positions. Those are the spots you want to be in. The top 5 drivers are going to transfer into the big main event out of this race. 5 more out of race number 4 over there in server number 2. We're going to have 20 guys punch their tickets to the Texas Motor Speedway this coming Saturday night. 10 more tickets will be punched tomorrow at the Richmond International Raceway, and then 6 more over 2 last chance qualifying races at the Talladega Super Speedway. That's going to set the big stage for the NRT 499 4 nights from now at the Texas Motor Speedway. Now a yellow flag on the speedway. Yellow flag number 3, Todd. Did you get a look to see what happened there?
No, it's looking like I see Morrison around in that 051 machine, and it looks like Robbie Nice is around here. I'm not 100% positive. Look like JT Mayhew may be involved in this one. There's quite a few trucks around here, Phil.
Tough break for those guys. They're running around that 15 spot or so. You mean, the race among the races here, we're looking at the top 5. All the emphasis has been mainly there. But those transfer spots are about 14th on back. Positions 6 through 17, those guys punched their tickets to Talladega here on either Thursday or Friday night. Those guys' race assignments will be made here in the next day or so as these qualifying races shape out. But now we're under yellow flag for the 3rd time tonight. Now I think Todd Stanton with 9 laps here left to go. I think you're going to see guys in the latter part of that top 10 like a Terry Bauman, maybe even a Josh Metallic who lost a lot of track position. A Joe Archer, for example, running 10th. I think you're going to see all those guys maybe come to pit road for fresh tires and maybe take a leg charge at this thing.
Well, Metallic took a pit stop there early on in the going here and had to put himself back there. Metallic now worked his way up to that 8th position in that number 39 machine. So I'm not so sure if that's going to be the call. Maybe if you're in the latter portions of the top 15 here, you'll see him come down pit road. None of these guys up front taking that opportunity to come down pit road, and either is Josh Metallic. I'm going to throw it on to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who has that replay queued up. Rich, I'm just as interested as everybody on YouTube. What happened?
Yeah, you guys hit the nail on the head there. 54 of Robbie Nice's, and also the 38 is going to be involved in this a little bit. That's Mayhew as well. We're going to go ahead and run this through. It looks like Robbie got a little bit loose going on there. The 38 went a little bit high to try to avoid him. We're going to try to stay out on spectators because there's quite a few different trucks involved in this one. Nice's goes up against the wall. Mayhew's coming back down across the track, just squeezes right through them other trucks. Everybody else is able to get through there. So it looks like just Nice's and Mayhew were involved in this one, guys. Two trucks A little bit of bumping on the wall, definitely from flat spotted tires, but this is going to bunch everybody back up for a fantastic ending, I think. Back up to you guys.
All right, well, rolling right under the yellow flag, not seeing any takers on the pit road, Todd. Up and down through the top 10, are you seeing any on that end of pit road, maybe to the latter part of the field? I know these guys still one lap down. I'm not sure pit road is quite open yet for the likes of a Chris Von Vliet or Emmanuel Guzman or even Steven Gallagher currently in that 15th spot. But, you know, I think we're going to see some of these guys got to be coming to pit road, I would think, here, running around that 10th, 11th spot. The Joe Archer, the Tony Fox, even the JT Mayhews, who are just involved in that wreck. You got to imagine all those guys are going to come to pit road for some fresh rubber.
Yeah, they're going to have to come down to pit road for some fresh rubber, and it's unfortunate. We're going to have to see what these guys are going to do here around those spots there, 15th, 14th, 13th, around that area. I would almost be willing to bet that they would come down pit road here, Phil, if they haven't already, coming down pit road, because it's very essential, as you see Chris Van Vliet, in the 010 machine. He's coming down pit road. He's going to come to the aid of his pit crew. I believe he's going to take 4 tires. Bill Martino coming down pit road. So some of these guys taking the opportunity to come down pit road. Guzman coming down pit road. These guys getting 4 fresh tires. Gallagher, you just said Gallagher coming down pit road in that number 29 machine, Phil.
All right, so yeah, Gallagher in the 29 working his way down pit road. Last time by, he was currently in that 16th position. You know, it looks like with the lucky dogs, it looked like unofficially, I think it's going to be Chris Von Vliet in the 010 and Emmanuel Guzman in that number 666. I mean, those guys look like they may get themselves locked in here with less than 10 laps to go of at least a worst case getting through the LCQs. Steven Gallagher looks to be to a lap all to his own there. Once that all cycles out, he'll have 1 lap to the better to Bill Martino. So maybe those guys maybe not feeling so much pressure to ride around here, maybe able to punch their way to Talladega. But how much do you think these guys, Todd, how much of the back of your mind do you think these guys want to mount like that late charge to get back to the front of this field?
They're going to have to really put that loud pedal down, Phil, and try to come up from this back of the field and try to get into some of these spots. It's going to be a tough road to hoe coming up through that field. There's a lot of good drivers out there, and they're not going to be willing to give up their positions.
All right, so waiting for the lights to go out atop a DRTV pace fan, currently working lap number 79. 10 laps here left to go in qualifying race number 3. Can update from server 2. They also had a yellow flag at the exact same moment we did over here. So 3 yellow flags amongst both races. I just find it completely uncanny. Just absolutely craziness that both of these servers, once again, 2 nights in a row, just having mirror images of each other. The race is working out exactly the same. Green flag pit stops about the same time. Caution flags coming out on this last restart, just like as here in qualifying race number 3. It's just a strange couple of nights we've had here, Todd. Just seeing these races, just looking just like a reflection in the mirror. You know, both playing out the exact same scenarios here, and both races now here with less than 10 laps left to go. Going to get a late restart.
Yeah, and this late restart is going to pay dividends to some of these guys who are not good on the long runs. This is going to show how good these guys are on the short run, because you have good tires on there. You have fresh tires. You can't take them to bed with you. Those tires, you can use them all up here at the end of this race. 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go at the line, Phil. So I would just use all the tire I can in these closing laps and try to get myself up into that top 5. And some of these guys, I believe that's going to be their strategy play. And the top 5 guys not going to give up easy. A lot of these guys have been up front all evening long. Gann, Morrow, Watkins, Klein. They've been up front all evening long. You got Jeff Case, who has now made his way into the top 5. He's in that 5th and final transfer spot. He's on the bubble. Jeff Marble sitting 6th. Shane Vickers 7th. Josh Metallic, he's been up front. So Josh Metallic trying to find his way back up front. 7 laps when we get the green flag to do it, though, and Phil. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be another barn burner here on the DRL network.
Yeah, it looks like the update from server 2, it was TJ Hagler and Joe Allen and Andre Fiorini. That was your top 3 positions there as they get to the closing stages of race number 2, server number 2, race number 4 here for the NRT game servers 499. Pace van is off, finding its way to pit road. Green flag back in the air. Now working lap number 81, 82 at the line next time by. Todd Stanton chasing Isaac and Maverick Morrow in the front of that field. The race looks to be for that the fifth spot rather, between Jeff Case and the 104 and Jeff Marble in the 65 off of turn 2.
Yeah, they're 3 wide behind him. The 38 of Shane Vickers now working on the bottom side. Jeff Marble glances off that outside wall coming down the back straightaway. That's not going to be good for that number 65 machine. Here comes Jeff, number 104 of Case. I believe that's Jeff Case in the 104. He's now down on the bottom side of Jesse Klein, putting him on the hot seat into that 5th and final spot, the transfer spot. The 15 of Matt Watkins now side by side with Jeff Case.
Yeah, it's just great racing up there in the top 5. Jeff Case to the low side. Jesse Klein, Matt Watkins stuck him in that high lane. Not sure that's where you want to be on these colder tires there on the restart. That's racing for the 3rd spot off of turn number 2. Matt in the 15 up high. Jeff Case in that white number 104 down low. Here comes Jesse Klein in that number 75. He's right there in that outside lane. Jeff Marble in the 65, and a good march for Josh Metallic, Todd. He's made his way to the 6th spot. He's going to look to march even more forward off of turn 4.
Yeah, Josh Metallic in that 39's coming. He's saying, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. He sees Jeff Case in front of him. Marble bouncing off the wall once again in that 65 machine. Here comes the 39 of Josh Metallic. Now all over the rear bumper of Jeff Case. Case in that final transfer position here. And now Josh Metallic all over that rear bumper. We're on lap 83 of 88, Phil.
And things just getting frantic and crazy up around for that transfer spot, around where that Jeff Case and Josh Metallic machines are. Great rebound for the Shane Vickers machine in the number 38. He's been able to march up back to the 8th spot. He's trying to break forward. He's got by the Jeff Marble machine. He's also got help back there from a 669 of Terry Bauman. Those guys trying to march back forward. They're currently in the 7th spot last time by. It is all single file racing in the top 5, Todd, as they hit turn 1.
Yeah, single file racing in the top 5 as they're hitting turn 1. The 104 of Jeff Case still holding on to that 5th and final transfer position, but Metallic eats him up through the center of the corner and off in that number 39 machine coming down the back straightaway. Jeff Case trying to do everything he can to hold off the charges of the number 39 of Josh Metallic. Metallic peaks low there momentarily. Klein now slamming the door on Jeff Case. Klein playing a little bit of defense in that number 75 machine, but here comes Josh Metallic. Metallic trying to, as Case bounces off that wall down the front straightaway, that's going to leave the door wide open for Metallic. Metallic now down to the bottom side here into corner number 1. He's going to have the preferred groove going into 1. Can he outbreak him coming into 1, Phil?
Oh, Jeff Case does not give him an awful lot of room there as they try to squeeze underneath that 75 of Jesse Klein. They check up just a little bit. Josh off all his momentum lost. Now he gets back on that loud pedal, making a big charge back to the low side. They're side by side for the transfer spot in turn 3.
Metallic down on the bottom side in that 39 machine. Beautiful transfer spot here. Battle for the 104 and the 39 of Metallic. Metallic down on the bottom side. Case on the top side in that 104 machine. He's fending off the charges. They are side by side coming down to the start-finish lane. 86 of 88 to go.
Yeah, and just keeping our eyes focused on that battle for that 5th spot. That is the final transfer spot. Them guys been door checking the 104, that white and blue machine of Jeff Case, that Caterpillar machine of Josh Metallic, that Chevrolet number 39. Those guys have been going at it wheel to wheel for that transfer spot. Still nothing new to report up to the front of the field. It's still Isaac Gann, Maverick Morrow, Matt Watkins, and Jesse Klein. This, as we say that, what did you know, Todd? A race for the race lead off of turn 4.
Yeah, Isaac Gann has it. Here comes Maverick Morrow down to the bottom side in that 57 machine. He's won here on DRTV in that 57. He wants another win here live on DRTV. He's on the bottom side, but Gann pulling off the challenges of the 57. As now here we go, is something's going on here in the back of the pack. It looks like the 39 now, a battle for that 5th spot. Still the 39 of Metallic trying to go to the top side, still trying to get around into that 5th spot. It's the 104 of Jeff Case holding off the charges of the 39 of Metallic.
And it was 2 to go at the line last time by. We're going to see the white flag when they come off of turn number 4. Starter stand got the white flag in hand. Going to wave it over our race leader. That'll be Isaac Gann off of turn number 4. 2 miles here left to go at the Auto Club Speedway. Isaac Gann, Maverick Morrow, Matt Watkins, and Jesse Klein. That is your current top 4. All eyes are on the battle for that 5th and final transfer position. Jeff Case is currently there in the 104. Josh Metallic in the 39. He's been trying to find running room alongside Jeff. That is going to be a great race for that last transfer position. Still single file headed down the back straightaway.
Single file down the back straightaway, hanging on here in server number 1. Battle for that 5th spot. Metallic now goes to the high side of Jeff Case. Case right now fending off, holding the bottom side. Here comes Josh Metallic down to the bottom. What a maneuver by Metallic as Case now drifts up the track in that 104 machine. Looks like Isaac Gann going to take down the win, and Metallic is going to finish in that 6th spot in that final transfer. So Gann, Morrow, Watkins, Klein, and Case, they transfer on to the NRT 499 and 1 spot out, and that's got to be heartbreaking for Josh Metallic. He finishes 6th. Metallic, what a great race. Terry Bauman, 7th, 8th, Joe Archer, Mark Pagula, 9th, 10th is Shane Vickers, 11th, Jeff Marble, Tony Fox, JT Mayhew, Chris Van Vliet, Guzman, Stephen Gallagher, and Robbie Nices. Those guys, Robbie Nice is the last guy to transfer into one of them LCQs. The other alternates would be Bill Martino, Mike Morrison, and a few of the other guys I cannot see. Rich Warden I can see, but 20th and 21st I cannot see on my screen. But those guys will be alternates here for the NRT 499 last chance qualifiers.
All right, what a whale of a race there. You know, it was all the drama you would want surrounding here, racing up in that top 3. Just looking to see if we can't get an update on server 2. But we'll see if we can't get screened out with our top 3 finishers. See if we can't get Todd Stanton on the call over in server number 2. See if we can't get our top 3 drivers here screened out. Of course, Isaac Gann taking down the race win. Matt Watkins in the number 15 will finish up in the 3rd spot tonight. We'll see if we can't grab the driver that finishes up on the podium. That is the 15 of Matt Watkins. Matt, it's Phil from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Matt, congratulations there. Finishing up on the podium in that 3rd spot. That was a wild and crazy finish there throughout the top 5. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, that was insanely intense. I thought we were good for a while. We were just cruising, then got that caution and mushed everything back up, and it was on. And just got to thank Isaac and Maverick for working with me. Jesse Klein at the end, too. Us 4 kind of worked together really well there and kept that outside line, that momentum going. And that was the difference. That was a lot of fun and really intense. So.
Now tell me, this is the effects of how the draft played out there. We saw you top 5 guys break away through the middle stages of that race and whittle it down to settle it all amongst yourself. And that late race caution brought all those guys the back part of the top 10 now back into the fold. How much did the draft play a factor out there jockeying for position here to put yourself in the transfer spot?
It was definitely pretty huge. The biggest thing was getting that outside line. I mean, if you even got, even a little bit of a nose on the outside, you were pretty good to go because there was just so much momentum up there. So, yeah, it was really hard to pass on the bottom.
Well, Matt, congratulations once again finishing up on the podium. Most importantly, you punched your ticket onto Saturday night's big NRT game servers, $4.99. I want to give you the microphone one last time. The microphone is all yours to give a shout out to whoever you'd like to give a shout out to, your sponsors, to thank whoever you'd like to thank here on DRTV. The floor is all yours.
Appreciate it. Definitely want to thank FSB and Blazing Pedals. 2 places I run at, both great leagues. Have a really good time racing there. Awesome job by the BP guys tonight. 1, 2, 3 there. And appreciate you guys for putting all this stuff on. It's been a ton of fun, and I definitely can't wait till the big show.
All right, well, congratulations, Matt Watkins, on a 3rd place finish here tonight in qualifying race number 3. These 5 guys punching their ticket into Saturday night's NRT game servers, $4.99 from a Texas Motor Speedway. Todd Stanton, I believe you've caught up with our runner-up finisher, that being Maverick Morrow in the 57, so down to you.
I have indeed caught up with the runner-up finisher here tonight in race number 3, qualifier number 3 for the NRT game servers, $4.99. And Maverick, what a great race. You guys had a great strategy up towards the front of the field here all evening long. I'm sure you didn't want to see those last yellows in the later portion of this event. But Maverick, tell us a little bit about what went on tonight.
It was a lot of fun. It was really good working with Isaac and Matt. We all got together before the race started and said we're gonna work with each other and try and help each other out, and had a game plan and just stuck to it. And we were liking the way things were looking there. And then those last couple yellows, they definitely had us a little bit more nervous. But luckily we were able to just continue to be smooth, be smart, hold a nice line, and as long as we stayed in line and had the majority of people with us, it was kind of hard to pass.
Yeah, you had a great race going out there, and it looked like you could get around the number 34 of Isaac Gann. Did you have any? Did you have anything for him, or were you just staying in line because you guys were in them transfer spots?
Yeah, I didn't want to do anything too risky, to jeopardize any of us, finishing in the top five and making it. With about two or three to go, I tried to catch him off guard a little bit, and I made a move down low, going into turn three, but I couldn't clear him coming out of the corner, and everybody was high, um, going down the straightaway. So I didn't have any drafting help, so I just had to tuck back in behind him, and I mean, I wasn't going to push it any more than that. I did one move trying to catch him off guard, maybe, and maybe try and sneak the win, but top five was the main goal.
Well, Maverick, congratulations on your second place finish and punching your ticket into the NRT 499. Them jitters at least away for a little bit to get to that 499 race, but I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank whoever you'd like to thank.
Yeah, I just got to, really thank Matt and Isaac for working with me, and, we all gave each other space and were smart about things. And, yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to run a play track. I am not a fan of the play track, so I am very happy to be moving on. Thanks a lot,
Ladies
guys,
and
for
gentlemen,
hosting this.
that's the driver of the 57, Maverick Morrow, as he was saying a few words as I was trying to get away from him. But Maverick Morrow, again, thanking everybody for hosting this and thanking everybody out there. He finishes up in that second position. Morrow, again, punching his ticket to the NRT 499. I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who is caught up with the race winner here in qualifier number 3, the number 34 of Isaac Gann.
Yeah, Isaac, we've chatted before, buddy, but this time you're in here in the winner's circle celebrating like a madman. How does it feel, buddy?
Oh, it feels good. I'm glad I got that monkey off the back, man. That I wasn't nervous going in, but I knew I didn't really know how the race was going to go. I knew some of these guys. I didn't really haven't really raced with them before, so just trying to keep it up front and keep it away from the back. I did not want to get in the back and have to really scratch and claw and try to get back up there. So strategy worked out. I was able to keep it up front and ended up winning the thing. So it feels really good, man.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, congratulations for the big win. Now, I know we were all thinking, the top five seemed to be pretty locked in. There were some big battles going on for the 5th position. As you know, that is the locked-in transfer spot to get into Saturday night's big event at Texas. Were you too concerned as long as you were in that top 5? Or when Maverick started challenging for the lead and you guys started going back and forth, was it all about winning it at that point? Or were you guys concerned about messing up and possibly not getting in? What's going through your head when you're single file the top 5? The only thing going on is 5th position's battling. You guys are looking pretty good to get in. And then here you guys start battling for the lead. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, to be honest. I didn't really know what Maverick, I was just thought we were going to cruise out there because me and Maverick and Matt, we were kind of, we've raced with each other a long time, so we all sort of worked together during that race, wanted to get ourselves up there, and we were all 1, 2, 3, so I was just kind of thinking we were going to cruise there, and then Maverick he surprised me, to be honest. He just dove it down in there. I'm like, oh man, I got maybe racing for the win here, but I wasn't really worried about falling outside the top 5. I knew with about 5 to go, I was like, yeah, as long as nothing completely wacko happens here, technical failure, mechanical failure, anything like that, then I was going to be fine. It pretty much at that point was just like, as soon as he went low, I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're racing for the win here.
All right, I hear that. Well, one more time, we're going to give the floor to you. The mic is all yours, buddy. Thanks whoever got you here, and congratulations on the win one more time.
Oh, yeah, well, I got to, first of all, thank you guys for doing this and not only putting this broadcast on, but really putting this whole event on and getting everybody together and doing all this. I mean, I know this is not easy to put together, and doing it so far this week has just been, pretty first class. I mean, as far as how everything's been handled, and it's really a joy to be a part of, to be honest. So thank you guys, and then got to give a little shout out to Blazing Pedals. I've bounced around from a lot of different leagues, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses, but I've always kind of gone back to them and stayed there, through the my time sim racing on here. So other than that, and I got to thank, of course, NRT for NRT Game Servers for obviously being main sponsor of this and main race and everything. So other than that, I think that's all I got. Great race.
All right. We'll let you get back to your fans and your family and your crew there to do some celebrating. And race fans, that was your race winner today, Isaac Gannon, the number 34. Todd, I'm hearing a little birdie in my ear says you got something coming from Server 2 tonight.
Server 2 finished under yellow flag. Qualifier number 4 finished under yellow flag. But here is your unofficial standings, barring anything that happened here in this race. The 51 of TJ Hagler takes home the win. The 7 of Andre Farini. The 6 of Joe Allen, Donnie Garrett, and Jeff Riley in the 411. Inside that Motorsports guy bringing home the top 5 finish here, the bubble spot. Those guys going to transfer to the NRT 499. The rest of these guys are going to the qualifier. Last chance qualifiers. Kelly Horner finishes 6th in the 21. The 43 of Mike Chevier finishes 7th. 8th is Chris Robbins. 9th is the 9 of Adam Helm. Sanchez in the 97 finishes 10th. Tony Robertson finishes 11th in the 64. Chuck McClure in the 017 finishes 12th. Jason Skoraki finishes 13th. Lance Muskegaard finishes 14th. 15th is the 102. Rusty Little, Brian Ordo, Taylor Morgans, and Travis Jones. That rounds out your field that I can see over here. The rest of these guys were retired from the event, but Travis Jones finishing 18th.
All right, so that's our story from server number 2, qualifying race number 4. Let's see if we can't catch up with those top 3 finishers from race number 4. We'll see if we can't get a word with Joe Allen, the number 6 over there. Joe, it's Phil from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
I do, Phil. How are you?
Doing great, Joe. Finishing up in the 3rd spot over there in race number 4. Tell us about your race, bud.
Hey, it was a great race. We had a lot of green flag runs, and we had a couple cautions towards the end of the race that shuffled it up a little bit. But I was working with my BP teammates up there towards the front, trying to get the 4 of us through, and 2 of us prevailed. So that's all we can ask for. It was a good race, good competition with everybody. Everybody raced each other clean, and I think that's all you can ask for in a race like this. It definitely was a good race. It was fun.
Well, it's funny. We were talking over here, and I know you were out on the racetrack in certain race number 4, but these 2 races, once again, 2 nights in a row, just looking like a reflection in the mirror, just taking the same course. Yellow flag early on, a long stretch of green flag running, and late caution flags. Toward the end of these things. What was the racing like out there? The drafters are playing a big role over here at Auto Club Speedway tonight, but you were up in the top 3 all night long. But just tell us how frantic the racing was up there to maintain that spot in the top 5.
Yeah, our race was a little different. The 4 guys that I was working with, all from Blazing Pedals, we all qualified towards the front, and early on we all got hooked up together, and we all, we played strategy in our favor, trying to stay nose to tail, trying to get us, all 4 in there. And after we got past, the second round of pit stops, we got shuffled up a little bit, and it got a little hectic about the middle of the race when TJ Hagler got up there and Chris Robbins got up there and bunched us up a little bit. And I mean, for the most part, I don't want to say we were riding, because that's not exactly what we were doing. We were going hard, but we were maintaining, if that makes sense, because, the goal is to get to Saturday, and that's what we were trying to do. We didn't want to wear up our stuff. We didn't want to use up our right sides or anything. And, that's what we were trying to do. And, until the end of the race, when we got those cautions, that's when it got crazy and hectic. That's when guys were kind of, throwing it out there, seeing who can get what. And, it turned into a hell of a show towards the end of the race.
Well, Joe, mission accomplished by you putting that thing. The big one is to put it in the main event here on Saturday night. You did exactly that, finishing up on the podium. I want to give you the microphone one more time to thank your sponsors out there. Give a shout out to all the guys out there that get you here this evening.
Yeah, of course. I want to give a big shout out to Blazing Pedals. It's a wonderful league. I've been there since 2009. A lot of great guys over there. I want to give special thanks to the 4 guys that I worked with tonight. Andre Fiorini, he finished 2nd. He's going through with me. Congrats to him. Toby Robertson, Taylor Morgan, and then a special shout out to my teammates at Fury Motorsports, Cody Atkins and Jeffrey McClintock, and my sponsor, South Point, from my hometown, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, there you go. Joe Allen, congratulations on a 3rd place finish here tonight, putting it on the podium. A job well done. I'm going to throw it down to my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton. I believe you've caught up with our runner-up finisher there in qualifying race number 4, and that is Andre Fiorini.
Yes, indeed. I've caught up with the second place finisher, Andre Faridi, in that number 7 machine, beautifully prepared Budweiser number 7. Andre, tell us a little bit about your race here over there in server number 2.
Well, good evening, guys. It was a tough race, I tell you. My buddy Taylor Morgan's got a tough violation coming into the pits on his first stop, so he was caught back in traffic the whole race, and we went green flag for quite a while. BP guys right front with TJ, and we had a huge lead on 5th and 6th, and sure enough, a caution came out and we got stuck back. But we still managed the top 3. That's all I needed, and we're gonna drink a lot of Budweiser tonight.
Well, Andre, I know I don't want to make it brief, but how important is it to punch your ticket into this NRT 499? You don't have to worry about these last chance qualifiers. How important is it, and how much of an advantage do you think it's going to be to actually not have to go through those qualifying races?
Oh man, it's a huge advantage. Talladega, that is a death trap. Anything can happen there, and anything will happen. Like I saw in tonight's race, a lot of stuff always your hands can't be in, and something always goes wrong, and it's even worse at Talladega. So I'm so thankful that I don't have to go to Dega.
Well, Andre, one more time, microphone's all yours. Thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening that got you there.
Well, I got to start off with Blazing Pedals. It's an outstanding league, great competition, love racing there. I'd like to thank Derek, Jason, all my teammates, Taylor, Isaac, Toby, Joe Allen, any of the guys that helped me proceed and make me finish in the top 3. They all put their hands on this Budweiser Chevy and put me to the front. And anything that you need help with, always go to BP and Derek and Jason. They're always smart with the game, know exactly what's going on. And I'd also like to thank David Day, Mr. Excitement. Block out the haters, buddy. We did it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our second place finisher in qualifying race number 4 here. Andre Farina driving that number 7. I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who I believe is caught up probably with an ecstatic TJ Hagler taking down the win over there.
Yeah, let me wiggle through this crowd over here and get up here closer to TJ. It's Rich. What's up, buddy?
What up, dude?
We've talked before in this situation, and here you are winning one of the major qualifying races for the big show. That's got to be a load off your chest, man.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but out of the 3 tracks, I couldn't pick a better one to get put in.
So I take it you like this one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Lift and roll, baby.
All right, well, 10-4. Well, we were broadcasting live on the other server, but we were running your guys' stats out there. It looked like you were pretty strong tonight. Funny thing is that race, according to stat-wise and flags and all, almost mirrored the race we were broadcasting tonight. So there was some good green flag running over there with you guys.
Yeah, we started out good. We had a quick caution off the get-go. Then all of a sudden we had about 50-lap run green, and then we had caution after caution after caution at the end.
All right, well, there you have it. TJ Hagler, the race winner tonight. TJ, we're going to go ahead and get the floor to you one more time. The mic is all yours. Go ahead and congratulate whoever got you here tonight. Thank your crew and whatnot. It's all yours, buddy.
I got to thank the guys who worked with me, Brian Bell, Chuck McClure, and Donnie Garrett. We all worked together trying to get us in there. Unfortunately, Brian Bell had an issue. Chuck got in a late wreck, couldn't do anything, and Donnie ended up finishing 4th and getting in, so it's a pretty good deal. Got to thank all the ECT guys and all the DRTV and all the different admins in this thing. It's a pretty good deal. Well, thank you guys. Y'all do a great job.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, TJ. We'll let you get back to your crew and your family there and celebrate this big win. And looks like you get to take the rest of the week off until Saturday, buddy. So congratulations on the win again.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Back up to you in the booth.
All right. Well, there you go. We get a word with our top 3 finishers in each race. And Todd, we've seen 2 fantastic nights of racing. 20 drivers have punched their ticket to Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to punch 10 more tickets tomorrow night at Richmond. I know we got 2 star-studded races filled to the gills here tomorrow night. I cannot wait for tomorrow night at Richmond, man, because I think it's going to be one spectacular evening.
Yeah, it's going to be one spectacular evening. Richmond going to be a different atmosphere. Short track racing tempers are going to be short there at the Richmond International Speedway. So we're going to have to see what it boils down to. Who's going to transfer? We have 20 drivers in. 10 more will be decided tomorrow night. So there'll be 30 drivers. Then we got 2 last chance qualifiers to make up the 36 car or truck field. So we're going to have to see, Phil. Richmond's going to be interesting. It's different than the last 2 tracks we've been at, and that's going to be a game changer. Is Richmond.
Well, no doubt indeed. Cannot wait to get over to the Richmond International Raceway tomorrow night. NRT 499 qualifying races, number 5 and number 6. And that'll set the stage here before we see 2 last chance qualifiers on Thursday and Friday from the Talladega Super Speedway. And that's going to set the big grand stage. 36 trucks strong Saturday night from the Texas Motor Speedway. The NRT 499 from the Texas Motor Speedway. We'll have live flag-to-flag coverage right here on DRTV. So for my broadcast partners, Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, my broadcast partner up here in the booth, Too Tall Todd Stanton. My name is Phil Lacasse. It's been a great couple of nights. We got a couple more ahead here. We'll see you here back tomorrow night, here live on DRTV on the DRL Network.
Laughing like we're crazy, nothing mattered, nothing fazed me. We were younger then, so much younger.